Hello, and welcome to Mysterios Divinos podcast. Today, we're diving into something really deep, a mysterious process that happens from the inside out. We're going to explore 7 powerful signs that the Holy Spirit might just be at work inside of you, a journey that you'll find is often as unsettling as it is beautiful. You know, this whole thing starts with a paradox, a real head-scratcher. The journey doesn't begin with getting more stuff, it actually begins with loss. You might lose friends you thought you'd have forever, habits that defined you, maybe even parts of yourself you thought were permanent. This sets the stage for something incredible, where the things you gain are so profound you can't just write them down. You have to feel them. So, where does this all start? It starts deep down, right in your core. We're talking about a fundamental change in who you are. It's about becoming, well, a completely new creation. The very first sign you'll probably notice is this: your identity starts to shift. All of a sudden, sin doesn't just feel wrong. It feels foreign. It's like trying to wear an old jacket that just doesn't fit anymore. You might try to put it on, slip back into those old ways, but it's uncomfortable. Something inside you is fighting back, and that something is him. And it's so important to get this. This isn't about you just trying harder or following a new list of rules. This verse points to a total rebirth. The Holy Spirit is rewriting your identity, not by force, but almost like a refining fire. And once you start seeing yourself the way God sees you, everything else just starts to lose its power over you. Now, as your identity is changing, something else happens too. Your appetites, they start to change. You know those things that used to give you a rush that you chase after? They just don't hit the same way anymore. The excitement, it just kind of fades. Not because you're forcing yourself to stop liking them, but because your spiritual taste buds are literally being rewired. And you can really see the shift in what you desire. You might suddenly find yourself craving a sense of purpose more than popularity, or seeking real peace instead of the next party. It's almost like your desires are going through a detox. See, the Spirit isn't just cleaning up your outward actions. He's getting to the root of it all, rewiring your deepest cravings and replacing the empty stuff with what will truly fulfill you. Okay, so this internal change, it's bound to lead to a new phase: conflict. You'll feel it inside you and you'll see it around you. It's like 2 kingdoms are colliding, and guess what? You're standing right in the middle. Now here's a wild thought to chew on. The very moment the Spirit moves in, hell takes notice. You might be thinking, man, my life just got so much harder, and there's a powerful reason for that. You've just gone from being a slave in enemy territory to being a genuine threat. You're now carrying light into the darkness. So all that resistance you're feeling, it's actually proof that you've switched sides. Temptations might get sharper, doubts might get louder, but don't panic. This isn't a sign that you're being punished. Oh no. It's a sign that you're being positioned for power. It's the inevitable collision of your old self with the new one being born. But right alongside all that conflict, something amazing opens up. A whole new line of communication. You start to hear God, but maybe not how you'd think. It's not some booming voice from the clouds. It's much, much closer, much more intimate than that. It's in these quiet moments, right? That deep knowing in your gut, that sudden weird nudge to leave a room just before drama erupts, that gentle whisper in your mind to call a friend who, it turns out, really needed to hear from you. As the noise of the world starts to fade, your spirit learns to tune in to a much deeper frequency. And all of this leads to the outward signs of your new inner reality. You start to show a new divine nature because you're being set apart for a very specific purpose. So one way this new nature pops up is this magnetic pull toward holiness. But let's be super clear here. This isn't about getting all religious or self-righteous. It's about alignment. You don't just want to go to church. You want to be the church. Suddenly, quiet time with God feels way more valuable than screen time, and worship feels as necessary as breathing. To really get this, we have to redefine holiness. It's not about being perfect. It's about separation. The Spirit sets you apart from the world, not to make you better than everyone else, but simply to pull you closer to God. And the closer you get, the less you can stand the things that used to numb you. And from that closeness flows something else, a boldness that you just can't explain logically. Where you used to stay quiet to fit in, you now feel this fire to speak up. It's not arrogance at all. It's an authority that you know doesn't come from you. It's from the Spirit. That power equips you. It doesn't mean fear just vanishes forever, but it does mean fear loses its grip on you. The Spirit doesn't just come to make you feel cozy. He comes to empower you. And when he speaks through you, people don't just hear your words, they feel his presence. And this brings us to the final, and maybe the most profound, stage of this whole transformation. It's the ultimate paradox. You have to die in order to truly start living. So, this brings us to the most radical sign of all. And it's not about self-improvement, it's about self-surrender. The old you, the one that was driven by ego, by pride, by ambition, it just can't survive this process. You see, the Holy Spirit doesn't come to just renovate your old life, he comes to resurrect a brand new one. Now, this surrender, it isn't just a one-and-done event. It's a process. Little by little, your pride gets crushed. Your ego gets exposed for what it is. Your old desires lose their control. It's a death to your plans, to your image, to who you thought you were supposed to be. But what comes after that death? True freedom. A new life begins. This verse just says it all, doesn't it? It's a total replacement. The Holy Spirit doesn't just give you an upgrade or add a few new features. He gives you a completely new life, one that is animated by the very life of Christ himself. So when this process is really happening, the change is total. It's not just a feeling or some phase you're going through. You look in the mirror one day and become, in the best way possible, completely unrecognizable. The old has truly gone. The new is here. And that really leaves us with one last, piercing question to think about. Has the Holy Spirit truly entered and made a home inside you? Or have you just been a visitor in his presence, maybe a little unwilling to fully surrender and let him take over? If you like the video, subscribe, leave a like, comment on what you liked most, and share the video.